Well, the courthouse clock was saying 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and call this November meeting of the Blount County Board of Zoning Appeals to order. Roger, if you call the roll, please.
Andy Allen.
Here.
Larry Chesney.
Here.
Bruce Damrow.
Here.
Stan Hedrick. Here. Rob Walker.
Here. If there's no discussion, is there a motion to approve last month's meeting minutes?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Tonight we have one special exception and 3 variances.
And if you guys can make a conscious effort tonight, it helps Karen out tremendously if we turn the microphones on when we're talking. It helps her get the minutes. The first request is for a special exception at 1625 South Odell Road. The request is for a change of use. The property is identified on tax map 56 parcel 10921 and is zoned suburbanizing. The property was recently used for a pet supplies company and the proposed use will be as a light manufacturing of small electrical devices and equipment. There will be no retail sales and the business will have 10 or less employees. Tractor and trailer activity is expected to be less than once a week, but could be once a day at its busiest. Daily parcel delivery trucks are expected. The applicant reports that there will be no environmental impacts from this use. I have included the applicant's description for your review. The request is to go into the existing building on the existing parcel. Any remodeling or interior renovations will require the appropriate building permits. And this is the same building that we approved a change of use for the ammunition magazine fella. Evidently that fell through. So this is the same property.
Is there anyone here in favor of this special exception who would like to speak? Is there anyone in opposition? Hearing none from either side, we'll open up the floor to discussion from the board.
Hey Roger, on your map here, is it the big building?
Yes, those addresses are wrong on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on that map it says 617, but those are not correct.
Okay.
The one that says 617 is actually 625.
Yes, that is correct.
And you said this is the same building as the gun magazine?
Yes.
I thought that was over at Mimosa Estates.
Well, if you remember, it came in for 2 different locations.
okay, gotcha.
This was the second request that they had.
Is there any other discussion from the board? And Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Andy Allen,
Yes.
Larry Chesney,
Yes.
Bruce Damrow,
Yes.
Stan Hedrick,
Yes.
Rob Walker.
Yes.
Motion to approve was approved.
One variance, the first variance, the request is setback from lots 13 through 19 on the Lake Farm subdivision.
To bring you up to speed, this is the same request that we had last month that you guys wanted to see more information on, and the applicant is here. I included individual site plans for each lot, and what he shows on that is the edge of pavement, the actual property line, and an illustration of a car in the driveway with the links of the driveways for each one of those locations. And he is here to field any of your questions.
I suppose you're in favor of this variance, and could you tell us your name, please, sir?
Yes, Peter McKevitz.
Is there anything you'd like to add to what Roger just told us?
No, I think that does it. We wanted to show the clearway that we had in addition to the garage and whatever, to show that the vehicle can be completely out of the garage and have full view of the road and any obstructions.
You talked to TVA any
Have I?
after last meeting?
Oh, no, I have not.
Does the board have any more questions for Mr. McGavis?
I have a comment.
Yes.
Thank you very much for giving us the layout. That's what we asked for.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
The board might have some other questions in a minute. Is there anyone in opposition to this variance who would like to speak? We'll open up the floor to discussion from the board then.
If you look at these lots and you look at the mobile homes to the right, and there's like 5 or so, they all look just like this. There's about a car length between the road and the carports. And the house on the left, it's diagonal, but it has the same situation. So these layouts, if these are correct, will be the same as the other 6 mobile homes on that road. Just to give you, if you haven't been out there, it's all going to be the same now. Some of those other places aren't very well maintained. That's being kind.
Roger, were the mobile homes put in before zoning came in?
Some of them were, some of them have actually gotten variances granted through this board. At least 2 of them that I can recall offhand.
So we've given some of those others variances to do what they've done?
Yes. There's a couple, you can tell too, they're the newer looking, they're more up to date.
Is there any other discussion? None, the chair will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Is there a second?
Second.
Andy Allen,
Yes.
Larry Chesney,
Yes.
Bruce Damrow,
Yes.
Stan Hedrick,
No.
Rob Walker.
Yes.
Motion to approve was approved.
Thank you.
Next variance tonight is a request on lot size on 1027 Adis Way.
Yes, this is, this property is identified on tax map 93 parcel 36.25 and is zoned R2. The minimum lot size in R2 zone is 5 acres. This proposed lot will be 0.015 of an acre, but is only being created for the placement of a utility structure. Basically, it's a water pump station for South Blount. I believe that's the correct entity. This will take the structure off of the private property and create a lot for South Blount Utility to place the new pump station. So they're actually going to replace the one that's there already with a new one, and they're doing this to get their structure on their own property and not on a private parcel.
They had been leasing it previously.
I'm not sure all the details of that deal, but yeah, this is to clean that up, that plat up.
And where you're proposing is where the flags are.
Yes.
Is there anyone here in favor of this variance? Anybody in opposition? Okay, we'll open up the floor for discussion from the board.
Did the homeowner give that land to the utility, or did they buy it from them?
I'm not sure of the details of that deal, but I did speak with the homeowner, and when I went to put the sign up, and he was pretty excited about getting it done, so.
He was in favor of it.
Yes, yes.
I move we grant it.
Second. Go ahead.
And who got the second on that?
Andy?
Andy Allen,
Yes.
Larry Chesney?
Yes.
Bruce Stamro,
Yes.
Stan Hedrick,
Yes.
Rob Walker.
Yes. Third variance tonight is a request from a side setback on 408 Lee Lambert Road.
This property is identified on tax map 59E Group A, and parcel 35 is in the R1 zone. The required setback is 10 feet from the side property line. The requested setback is for 8 feet for a detached garage. This would keep the garage lined up with the existing driveway. The plat mentions that all setbacks meet the zoning regulations, which at the time of the development of the subdivision was 5 feet. And that is reflected on the homeowner's deed. Administratively, I can recognize setbacks if they are recorded on the plat, but in this case, they're not recorded on the plat, but are recorded in the deed. The deeded setbacks do match the setbacks that were required at the time of the development. The subdivision was developed in 2005, and we changed our setback requirements from 5 feet to 10 feet in 2007. So he's requesting just 2 feet. He's not requesting to go down to 5, but he's requesting an 8-foot setback. And he's here to
I
field your
suppose you're in
questions.
favor of this variance.
I'm in favor. I'm Dave Kahn. I own the property now.
Is there anything you'd like to add, excuse me, to what Roger just told us?
No, just that I'd like to have a little more spacing between this extra garage or outbuilding and the house, and to do it at 8 foot. We've actually reduced the size of the garage to be, our builder has suggested making it narrower, just to get a little more spacing between it and the house, for looks more than anything else. And so we've done that, so we've extended the length of it a little bit and shallowed the width till we get the same cubic feet that we were trying to accomplish. And, you know, it just that, I've got some photos here I can show you if you wanted to see those. The drawings, Roger Juice, give them the drawings, so I created the drawings there. It just line it up with the concrete that's there, it just would look a whole lot better. And I do have, I put this together just to, I'm an engineer, so I do this all the time. You want to see those, Roger?
Okay.
You can kind of see it. You also, the second page has got a shot of what we kind of looked at for the garage itself. I do communications towers, and I understand from Roger that you love those, so I'm one of the people who requests that when I do it. I was in Hartford, Connecticut
Nothing
yesterday.
personal, but I hope we don't have to see you in here again.
Well, I don't do it down here. This is where we're going to live, but I was in Hartford, Connecticut yesterday, so not dealing with this, but I'll probably deal with it up there, because if we get the job, I'll be back up there.
If the board doesn't have any more questions for you,
I got one.
okay.
Is it a one-car garage or two-car garage?
It's two.
What's the-
16, sorry, go ahead.
What's the distance between the garage and the house?
It would be 12 feet if we can get the variance.
And it's
It would be 10 feet if we don't. Actually, 10.5 or 12.5, exactly. And to get much narrower than 22 feet with a 16-foot door is, according to the builder, is difficult to do and hard to get in and out of there to do anything. It's really to store, we have an RV, and we'd like to have it there on premise. It's a small RV that would fit in there. And also our lawnmower and the general utility stuff. The garage on the house is really too small to do that.
Is that the one with the Volkswagen RV?
You got it? You like it?
I seen it.
Oh, we love it. It's a Volkswagen front, Winnebago.
I like it, yeah.
18 miles to gallon, so it's probably
That's
the best on the road. What's that?
That's unbelievable.
It is?
it's not great big high, so.
No, it isn't. It isn't very high. It's very small. It's comfortable for my wife and I. And I do have our next door neighbors here as well that came along that are in the house adjacent to us. In case you have any questions for them, they're in favor of it, so.
Well, they're not in opposition of this.
No, I
variance,
don't
are
think
they?
so.
Okay.
No, right? No, or they wouldn't be along with us.
Can I just say something here? I'm hard of hearing, and I can hardly understand anything you people are saying. This room is terrible.
It is.
Now, I don't know if you've heard me, but I haven't heard you at all.
I'll try to speak up a little bit. Well, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Very good, but I'm not in objection to this at all. I don't have a problem. Our property lines are, he's lot 23, I'm lot 24. I don't have a problem.
And the house that's being built next to me on the other side is actually closer to us than what this will be. The way they're building it almost right on the line, so.
Is there any more discussion from the board?
The 2 feet that he's asking for, there's an empty lot there. That's a sellable, buildable lot.
No, it's not. No, it's his lot. That's where the septic system's on.
Your septic system's on this other lot?
Yeah. It's not another lot. It is one lot, but his lot is his house is on the left side, and then the septic is to the right of that on the other street. So that
his
lot is,
septic is in the empty lot?
it's not an empty lot. It's his lot.
It's part of his lot.
Oh, is that right? So he's getting closer to that, quote, where a piece of land that there's no building on.
Correct.
And that belongs to this other gentleman,
Correct.
and he's not objecting to it.
Correct.
Got it.
You don't own your septic field?
No.
Say again?
The neighbor's septic field's there.
This one does?
It looks like an empty lot.
So where's your septic field?
Mine's shown on my drawing. It's at the back of the lot.
Oh, in front?
Oh, there it is.
And I was also, in where I placed the garage, was to stay at least 12 feet away from that, per Roger's recommendation.
There's his septic tank.
Yeah,
So it looks like it's under this area right here.
but I thought that was his neighbor's.
No, the lot I'm talking about is right here.
Yeah.
It's a big empty space. And what he's saying, this guy's the neighbor, and this guy has his septic over here.
Okay, okay.
So he's gonna move his thing 2 feet closer to a septic.
2 feet.
But his septic is way up in the middle of the lot, so, yeah.
Any other discussion from the board? Chair will entertain a motion.
I move we grant the variance.
Second.
Andy Allen,
Yes.
Larry Chesney,
Yes.
Bruce Damrow,
Yes.
Stan Hedrick,
Yes.
Rob Walker.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Pass.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm available, by the way, in case you ever need any expert testimony on towers, so. Just as long as it isn't mine who's requesting it.
Thank you. We may take you up on that.
Do you build cell towers?
Say again?
Do you build cell towers?
No, I'm a consultant, so I design the radio systems for public safety.
Were you here before?
No. No, we just moved to the area. We were from Wisconsin about 9 years ago.
You
Bring
do.
any cheese curds with you.
You know, we did it, but we'll probably get somewhere going back
I
to
was gonna
Christmas.
say, we're going at Christmas, and our first thing is to get the.
You design for public
cheese
safety.
factory.
What's that?
You design for public safety,
I design public safety radio systems, yes.
such as what we do now?
It's so far over my head, I don't know, Stan.
No, that's right. That's what I was doing in Hartford, Connecticut yesterday, is they have an RFP out for a consultant to redesign West Hartford's radio system. And so I was speaking with you, we were 10 companies they selected, they got it down to 4. I worked for one of those 4, and now they gotta get it down to 2, and then ask for pricing for those 2, and if we get it, then we'll just do one more. I'm doing Cedar Rapids right now, I'm doing La Crosse right now, I'm in Casper, Wyoming right now. So, and someday I'll retire. And this is where we pick to retire.
It might be. I think so.
There's a casino up by Boat Field. I left money in. Can I go back and get it there?
Ho-Chunk is actually paying our, the work we're doing at La Crosse County right now, or Monroe County, which is where Fort McCoy is.
Yeah.
So some of your money probably helps.
I've helped the state of Wisconsin. I help every state. What can I do?
Thank you, gentlemen, I appreciate it.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thanks, Roger. Now, so from here on, it's just a permit process. process?
Yeah, just come in, pull your permit, and you or your contractor, either one can do it.
Yeah, Mike will take care of that, so.
All righty,
Thank you very much.
have a good evening.
Training?
Training, just a little update. Larry, I'll get with him, he's lacking a little bit.
He got mad.
Rob needs 3.5 hours. Stan is he's our golden boy.
I'm your, what do you call it? I'm your
Golden boy.
golden boy.
Valedictorian.
There you go.
All help pomp and circumstance.
And Bruce, well, he's on the opposite end of the spectrum.
He's negative.
You're making me look good.
Andy, you just need an hour and a half.
Where were you?
And Rob, you need 3.5.
And I need 4.
You need 4. Now, John is going to be putting together some times, and watch your emails because I'll get it to you, that you'll be able to just come into our office and view some very stimulating video material.
No more dump trips. Let's get something fun going. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's odiferous out there. Odiferous. That's 4 syllables. That's pretty good.
Yeah, let's visit something. Get them big hours.
Was that guy comparable to Larry Perry? Is that what?
He must
You know,
be. That's the way I took
I
it.
think sort of, kinda.